In the middle of our busy lives, where every disagreement seems like a battle we must win, there's ancient wisdom that points us toward a different path. Picture handling conflicts with the serenity of a Stoic philosopher, transforming heated arguments into chances for peace and understanding. Today we'll delve into 13 Stoic strategies to navigate disputes calmly and effectively, drawing from the insights of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. These strategies will help us master our emotions and achieve real victories. If you find this helpful, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to our channel. Don't miss any part of this video, as these insights could fundamentally change how you handle life's challenges, leading to inner peace and stronger relationships. Let's see how Stoicism can transform your life. To truly manage conflict like a Stoic, the first step is to understand your adversary. This isn't about digging into their personal life, but understanding their motivations, fears, and perspectives. Marcus Aurelius encouraged us to look beneath the surface. Rather than reacting impulsively, pause and consider what might be driving the other person's actions. During a heated debate, it's easy to focus on the words being said rather than the underlying emotions. By practicing Stoic empathy, you shift your focus from external to internal. Ask yourself, why is this person so upset? What past experiences might be influencing their behavior? Epictetus reminds us that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. By applying this principle, you start to see the situation from their point of view. Understanding your adversary means looking past their immediate actions to the deeper issues at play. This might involve asking open-ended questions that invite them to share more about their feelings and experiences. Questions like, what brought you to this point? Or, what are your underlying concerns? Can open a dialogue that moves beyond surface-level conflict. Seneca taught that empathy is not about agreeing with someone, but about understanding their viewpoint. This deeper understanding can lead to more thoughtful and effective responses, turning potential battles into opportunities for connection and resolution. This practice of delving into the depths is not just beneficial for understanding others, but also for self-reflection. By exploring the underlying reasons for your own reactions, you can identify your triggers and manage them better. This dual approach of understanding both your adversary and yourself aligns with the Stoic goal of achieving inner peace and emotional resilience. Seneca emphasized that the greatest remedy for anger is delay. This simple yet powerful advice encourages us to pause before reacting, giving ourselves the necessary space to evaluate the situation objectively. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to let emotions cloud our judgment. But by taking a step back, we can determine whether the conflict is truly worth our time and energy. This pause allows us to ask critical questions. Is this battle essential to my values and well-being? Will engaging in this conflict bring about a meaningful outcome? Imagine being faced with numerous potential battles, like a vast battleground. Each conflict represents a potential drain on your emotional and mental resources. By choosing your battles wisely, you conserve your strength for those issues that genuinely matter. This approach aligns with Epictetus's teaching that we should focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. Many conflicts are minor irritations that don't significantly impact our lives. By not engaging in these trivial disputes, we protect our peace of mind. Marcus Aurelius reminds us of the power of letting go. He teaches that it is often enough to hold your tongue and let things pass. This principle is particularly relevant in situations where the conflict is based on minor slights or misunderstandings. By choosing not to react, we maintain our inner tranquility and avoid escalating the situation. It's a practice of self-discipline and humility, recognizing that not every perceived offense warrants a response. Analyzing the potential outcomes of a conflict can help in deciding whether to engage. Every argument has its costs, whether emotional, relational, or even physical. Performing a cost-benefit analysis can be incredibly enlightening. Ask yourself, what do I stand to gain from this battle? Is the potential reward worth the emotional toll it will take on me? Often you'll find that the price of engagement far outweighs the benefits, leading you to a more peaceful resolution simply by walking away. When emotions run high, it's easy to let our words become weapons, hurling accusations and insults that only escalate the conflict. But a true Stoic approach demands that we remain composed, choosing our words carefully to promote understanding and resolution rather than discord. This begins with the practice of active listening. Instead of simply waiting for your turn to speak, focus intently on what the other person is saying. By listening without interruption, you show respect and a genuine desire to understand their perspective. This not only helps to diffuse tension, but also creates a space where meaningful dialogue can occur. Seneca emphasizes the importance of clear, rational communication. When you speak, use I statements to express your feelings and needs without placing blame. For instance, saying, "I feel hurt when this happens," is much more constructive than, "You always do this." This approach reduces defensiveness in your counterpart, making it easier for them to hear and understand your point of view. It's a way of asserting your needs without resorting to aggression. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the power of keeping a composed demeanor. In his meditations, he reflected on the significance of remaining calm in the face of adversity. By maintaining a steady and assured tone, you convey confidence and control, which can help to calm the other party as well. This doesn't mean being passive or submissive, but rather standing firm in your principles with a gentle and composed demeanor. Another key aspect of speaking with calm and clarity is the ability to remain focused on solutions rather than problems. Instead of fixating on what's wrong, direct the conversation toward finding mutually beneficial resolutions. Ask questions like, "What can we do to address this issue together?" This shifts the dynamic from adversarial to cooperative, aligning both parties towards a common goal. Epictetus taught that our reactions are within our control. By choosing to respond with calmness and clarity, you take control of the narrative. When faced with hostility or criticism, take a moment to breathe and center yourself before responding. This pause allows you to gather your thoughts and respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively. Incorporating humor appropriately can also be a powerful tool to lighten the atmosphere and create a more relaxed environment for discussion. However, it's crucial to ensure that the humor is inclusive and not at the expense of the other person. Light-hearted jokes or self-deprecating humor can demonstrate humility and a willingness to find common ground. The Stoics believe that beneath the surface of every disagreement, there are shared values and goals that can unite even the most opposing sides. By focusing on these commonalities, you can transform conflict into cooperation. Think of it like climbing a mountain. At first, it seems like you and your adversary are on completely different paths, each striving for separate peaks. However, as you both ascend, you begin to notice that your paths converge towards a shared summit. This metaphor perfectly encapsulates the Stoic approach to conflict resolution. Instead of fixating on differences, seek out the points where your paths align. Start by reframing the conflict from a me versus you scenario to a we scenario. This subtle shift in perspective can work wonders. It's about seeing the disagreement as a joint problem to solve rather than a battle to win. Ask yourself and the other person, what are our shared goals? What common outcomes do we both desire? By identifying these mutual objectives, you set the stage for a more collaborative and less confrontational dialogue. Stoic wisdom teaches us to look deeper than the superficial issues at hand. Often, what appears to be a conflict of interests is actually a clash of unfulfilled needs. For example, a heated argument over work responsibilities might stem from underlying needs for recognition and respect. By addressing these deeper needs, you can find solutions that satisfy both parties. This approach not only resolves the immediate conflict, but also strengthens the relationship by building empathy and understanding. In seeking the shared path, it's also essential to practice active listening. This means genuinely paying attention to the other person's words, tone, and body language, without planning your response while they're speaking. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of understanding others and seeing the world through their eyes. By truly listening, you show respect and a willingness to understand their perspective, which can open the door to finding common ground. Once you've identified shared goals and listened empathetically, Work together to brainstorm solutions. Focus on finding win-win outcomes where both parties feel their needs are met. This collaborative problem-solving not only resolves the current conflict, but also fosters a sense of teamwork and mutual respect. It's about moving from a place of opposition to a place of cooperation,